It's Christmas time, and the Archbishop of Canterbury is sounding the alarm over the status of Christians in the Holy Land.
Christian groups have accused Jewish settlers of harassment.
They say pressure on Christian communities throughout the Holy Land in the form of attacks on churches, desecration of church property that we've seen in recent years.
Now, I will state unequivocally that any vandalism or harassment of Christian churches or clergy in Israel is reprehensible, and the State of Israel condemns this.
But that being said, the Christian population in Israel, my community, actually rose 1.4% only this year.
And Israeli Christians are statistically the most educated group in Israel, with more Israeli Christians having a college degree than any other group. They also outscore Israeli Jews for matriculation exams by 61% to 50% for Israeli Jews.
We also have the lowest percentage of poverty and the lowest percentage of unemployment in the entire country, a lower percentage than the Jews. And despite the fact that we are only 2% of the entire Israeli population, we are 17% of the country's university students.
So it seems the Archbishop's focus on Israel is a bit off base.
But if you want to talk about Christians being forced out of the Middle East,
in Bethlehem, under Israeli control, the Christian population was 80%.
But under the Palestinian control, it's now 12% Christians.
Not to mention the fact that Palestinians used the Church of the Nativity to carry out terrorist activity during the Second Intifada.
Gaza under Hamas has been almost completely religiously cleansed of Christians.
In the Middle East, Christians used to be 20% of the population. Today, less than 5%.
Christians have been the target of violent terror attacks in Egypt, Gaza, Syria, Iraq, and other Middle Eastern countries.
No attacks on Christians should be tolerated, but it's impossible to speak of the oppression of Christians without speaking about the religious persecution of Christians in the Middle East.
Israel is not perfect, but it is the safest place in the Middle East for my community. And it is the only place in the region where Christianity is actually growing.